Well, here we are at finishing the electronics part 2, and what I'm about to tell you I don't totally understand, but that's why I'm having my son-in-law help me. We have the batteries connected, and the battery is going to the inverter, which works. We can turn it on and power up just about everything in the camper or bus. We put in a secondary box here because we had so many wires that needed to go into the inverter converter. The other thing is we had these GFIs in several places, one being under the sink, another one being back here, but apparently this inverter converter didn't like that, and it might have something to do with the way I wired it, who knows. But it has its own GFI and it wanted to be the only one. So I pulled out the other GFIs and we'll just trust this to be the only GFI in the whole bus, which is fine. Did learn that our 12-volt wires, which will be hooked to the system, needs a 12-volt fuse. So I have to order that, and then we can finish the 12-volt. What else? So that got replaced, like I said, with a normal plug. Same thing with the one that's underneath the microwave cabinet. But other things we did take care of. Don't know if this is on every bus or not, but of course this had one of those systems where once you turned off the key, it would buzz in 30 seconds if you didn't come back and push. I don't know if you can see it, that button up there, to make sure that no child was left in the bus. We disconnected that. Also, it had a secondary lock on the back door here, and if the bolt was thrown for locking it up at night, this button had to be pushed in, so if the bolt was thrown, the bus wouldn't start. So the emergency door was available, telling you that it was secondarily locked. So we disconnected that, and we still have to figure out that there's no power going to the buzzer here. Once we do that, we can wire those up to make sure that we don't want any free-flowing wire inside the wall. So we have to make sure that that's done correctly. And of course we have this back here. If this door was open, the bus won't start, because you don't want to leave the back door open when a bunch of kids are in the bus, which is a great safety feature, but nothing I needed anymore. We disconnected that, and that's where we're at right now. We're ordering a 12-volt fuse, and I'll show you the other mistake I made, which is totally fixable. This unit here that comes through the wall that you'll plug in at the campground, well, I didn't get the camper one. I got the one meant for a boat, so which is set up slightly different. So I just need to get the adapter, so when I go to a campground I can plug into their 30 amp service, because I don't think I'll be floating this bus very often. So the marina one isn't what I needed. I didn't know there was a difference. I guess I should have known that. I owned a sailboat, but I didn't realize it. So instead of replacing the whole thing that's already mounted, already wired in, already been sealed, we'll just buy an adapter, which will make the plug drape down so it won't be under tension where people trip on them sometimes. But that's a remedy. And that's what we have for today. So there will be a part 3 finishing the electrical system. Didn't film any of it because it is sort of tight back here for 2 people. So just doing the filming afterwards. The only other thing I did today was mount a fire extinguisher here by the door. There'll also be one in the back. And I also have something that somebody gave me, which is a fire blanket. That'll go someplace in the kitchen. Of course, the bus isn't that big, so I don't have that far to go for it, but safety feature, you might as well take advantage. And that's it for today.